hardened on the side of Gankstars.
Absolutely wonderful to see this. And let's take a look real quick before the battle begins at the pristine Halcyon Fold. Absolutely wonderful.
None of the Halloween decorations up today.
No. And I was meaning to take a look. And a big thing that was changed. Let's go into the lane up here. That tree right there has actually been knocked over, and so it no longer hinders the view of the left side. I'm going to call it the mustache bush. So no longer will that tree get in your way. I actually never noticed it, but I only ever got to simply amazing, so probably didn't affect me quite as much. Do we have a tangle in the jungle?
Looks like an early fight going on there. Lost Boy top getting really low, mine going down, and Nemesis disengaging from that fight. Getting a little bit of load, didn't want to give up kills and potentially lose their back jungle to it when it pops back up here in a couple seconds.
So we have 2 Takas and 2 Voxes, but the big difference here is the supports. So in terms of jungle duos, which Taka has it made?
I think both of them have really strong picks, but when it comes down to it, I think that Nemesis has the better team comp. Catherine, you know, Merciless Pursuit, it's a guaranteed stun unless it's reflex block, along with Blast Tremor with the silence, and in 1.8, or 1.9 rather, the Catherine was nerfed a little, her stun durations went down, her at each level up until 1.4 seconds instead of like 1.75 and 1.8, so really long stuns out of her.
We got a fight though. Looks like everyone's come down here. Fuji and Big Paw's low though. Nemesis are chasing onto Fuji. The stun right there that you were talking about goes into effect. Picked up the first blood right there. And now Big Paws though taking a moment to go ahead and try and pick up some farm while he can. He is low though. Hardic coming in, sees him. Kaku's gonna come out. Ooh, is he gonna be able to get it? Oh, this is actually before the Kaku got changed. So
yep. So he can still go and teleport back in the Kaku box.
Yes, I am so glad that was changed. That felt like it was a little extra perk. Like Taka's House of Kamuha, I'm probably saying that horribly wrong. His heroic perk already had multiple goodies bundled into it, and it felt like the Kaku being able to teleport back to base was kind of an added in bonus. So very nice to see that actually taken out.
So early in the game we've seen a couple little tangles, only 1 kill coming out of Nemesis onto Gankstars so far. Gold 500 up to Nemesis. Nothing to the turrets so far. And then as far as creep score goes, just a little bit higher on Nemesis side. Not too much.
Nemesis have really done a fantastic job of playing this gold game. They have absolutely made it a point to try and be better at it. The first game, they were able to come back focusing on that farm, focusing on getting the gold, and then this last game now they're already up by about 500 gold. So we'll see who ends up winning the economy game here.
Did you put the spectator into full screen, by the way?
I did not. That is why you see
me off onto the side.
That is why you see him off to the side. Epic fail on my part. But Big Paws and Rome, though, kind of juking back and forth. Hardic now taking a lot of damage. And Big Paws, first one to fall. Rome might be the next. He is taken down. Fuji now left all by himself. Nemesis, are they going to... They are not going to push right there. They're going to go ahead and take the gold mine. Very good choice. Coheads, though, by himself. Fuji trying to go in. They... go off of the...
Caught out, stunned, and killed.
3 kills quickly for Nemesis right there. And the gold mine. Let's see what they pick up here. but that was ouch. Oh, and Hardic actually able to switch over to a tension bow. Alternating current for co-eds. Absolutely fantastic right there.
Yeah, definitely one of the standard early picks for Vox, alternating current. Fuji going towards his is not quite there yet, still about 200 gold away. On the supports, we see Catherine building towards a fountain. Has the kinetic shield, has the yoke heart, and then Rome looking like he's going towards a crucible. Dragonheart has the yoke heart. Both Takas with the tension bow. Big Paws having the swift shooter slight advantage on the item builds there for him. But we see a little bit of gold on Hardic, so the gold difference not too big between the two.
Wait for it coming out initially. Let's see who wins this. Rome already down. Fuji very low. Big Paw is going to be left alone here in just a second. He is now having to run away. Hardic already is like, I think I'm going to take some farm right here. But the tension bow proc on co-eds, does not work out in their favor. Ooh, ace by about a second, though.
Very well played out of Nemesis. Nemesis really taking it to Gankstars early on in this game, where at the 6-minute mark, it's 7-0, a 2.5k gold lead, and it looks like we've got a turret getting beat up by co-eds. Fuji running out as quick as he can with the help of the Vanguard and doing a lot of hurt onto co-eds to protect his turret halfway down.
Take a look at the
team.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, go ahead.
Looks like if we take a look at CS, just a minute ago, or just a moment ago rather, Fuji was down by about 10 CS. Now only down by 7. But co-eds did so well on Celeste, I almost figured there was no way he could be equally as good as Vox. That does not seem to be the case. But co-eds now getting the focus. He's now having to dance around, already being taken down. First kill for Gankstars.
First kill, getting co-eds down just after you're singing his praises. That caster's curse hitting you again.
It's a terrible curse. It is. Looks like...
it looks like we see Gankstars trying to pick a fight here. They know they have a slight advantage. And they're going to go they're going to hit those mines and kind of back off a little, not get in. They're so close, they don't know they're there, though.
Yes. Gankstars wanting to take the gold mine, but co-eds already back up, and the minion candy. It just did not end up being a worthwhile decision, and so they went ahead and backed off. And this game is still in favor of Nemesis. I would, on paper, I would have still given it to Gankstars to just absolutely mop it up, take it in the first 2 games, and we go to sleep.
Definitely. Nemesis doing their best to prove us wrong here.
And I am thrilled. I am thrilled. Nemesis was one of the first guilds in Vainglory to really be on that next level.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Then there was some guild shakeups. There were some different things that happened to where people kind of dispersed, came back, and people kind of rearranged a little bit to where Nemesis was not quite as strong as they used to be. Plus, there were some new players all of a sudden in the field. Cole the Meek, we didn't know him before. We certainly do now. And so Nemesis are coming back in a big fashion today, and I love seeing this. Wait for it coming out. Lost Boy Toph, though, taking a lot of damage from Big Paws. Big Paws, though, getting his brethren Taka to do most of the damage to him. Rome, all of Gankstars are low now.
Yeah, all the Gankstars low, forced to retreat behind their turret, and Nemesis just backs off, and they're looking to go for some jungle farm from Gankstars' side. Of course, we see Big Paws, knowing that's happening, doing the exact same thing to Nemesis, getting caught by mines. So they now know he's back there. The gold payout now out, so the gold lead now increased to 3.5 thousand.
Wow.
In the favor of Nemesis at the 9.5-minute mark.
Now, are we gonna actually see Big Paws? Is he just gonna run back? Looks like he's just gonna run back. He's like, I don't have time to teleport. I'm just gonna go ahead and walk back.
No reason to teleport. If he wants to stay close, it'd be a much further wait to get him, or much longer wait. And a wait for it coming out, the blast tremor, Gauntlet going down, and successfully, but Arden does go down. Ooh, and the turret dive coming out of Hardik, able to kill both Fox and Taka on Gangstar's side. 10 and 1. There's the ace and a minion wave coming up to tank the turret for them, and that's going to be the first turret down for the game. So really looking in the favor of Nemesis right now.
Absolutely, 10 to 1. Hard to think that this is not in favor of Nemesis. We're only at the 10.5-minute mark, and Gankstars, for only it being this far, they're really only 6,000 gold down. We've seen worse. So this is by all means not something that I believe Team Unknown and ESL have come back from something close to this. Already right there, that beautiful item shop, or sorry, jungle shop up to the gold mine for the minion candy. We need a little bit nicer of a name for that. It's a weird working right there. Hardik though, that's what they need to do. They really need to focus on Hardik, and that just hasn't happened. Big Paws, only one with most of his health left, and everyone kind of backed off Fuji trying to Sonic Zoom out of that scout trap, and that hurt him.
You gotta be careful with that, with those scout traps. So now Fuji and Rome backing to their base. The gold mine has its candy up. It's staying in control of Nemesis for the time being. And that 6k gold lead though, I know you said we've seen worse. It's definitely not an insurmountable lead, but it's a lot. I mean, we can see it in the item builds. You've got the Broken Myth, you've got the Alternating Current along with a little bit of defense on co-eds and a Void Battery. Hardik, Tension Bow, building in, you know, tier 2 defensive on the shield, coming up towards what looked a breaking point right there. Bod as I'm mentioning it, and then Toph with the tier 2 armor along with the fountain. You know, a lot of defense. And then on the other side, there's only a Crucible compared to just one tier 3 offensive item on both Big Paws and Fuji so far.
Fuji though, all by himself right now in lane. Nemesis have done a fantastic job, or rather, Lost Boy Toph has done a fantastic job zeroing in on Fuji and taking out potentially the biggest threat. Big Paws has not been as big of a threat as Hardik, and these Taka builds, same thing almost all the time.
Yeah, very very similar builds between the Takas. You know, going defensive with the Tension Bow. Just Hardik's been able to pull it off all match. Much better positioning out of him, able to get in, do his damage, keep from getting killed. You can tell that just 5-0 and 4 on him compared to the 0-3 and 0 on Big Paws.
Absolutely.
And, you know, we see the vision game going on right here. A little bit of vision out in the middle on both sides. Hardik caught by a scout trap right there. So looks like Big Paws and Rome running up to meet up with Fuji. They know Taka's there. They expect that Toph would be too far behind. Oop, going in on co-ed's able to back close to his towers, stop Nemesis from engaging on him. And we see Gankstars running away. We saw Crucible go out and not really used.
And this is absolutely amazing. So every time Nemesis have an engage that is clearly not going to be in their favor, they go ahead and back off. And
yeah, they're being smart about it.
Absolutely.
They're doing their best not to die unnecessarily.
And it's shown, only one death. Come on, co-eds, you're really feeding right now. But no, absolutely, they disengage when they need to, and Gankstars has been in a position to where it's almost a good idea for them to back off as well, because
they did that just there in the lane. They've tried to do it a couple times, just that Nemesis has been able to push it hard enough where they were able to catch up, get that gap. You know, of course, they've got the stun out of Lost Boy Toph with the Merciless Pursuit. You know, the slow out of Ox also can help that. So there's definitely a little bit that can help them catch up there. So, but we could see the same Arden's Gauntlet. We saw that used one time. Unfortunately, it ended in an ace. He did try to use that as an escape, help his team get away. And now we got Hardek going in on Rome. Big Paw's trying to go in on Hardek, but wait for it, coming out of UV, hitting all three of Team Nemesis, and we see Hardek backing away a second, then come back in and get hit by the gauntlet.
Oh.
Two of Team Nemesis down. Coed's now left alone, trying to kite Big Paws. Does get Big Paws, and there is Coed's the last man standing. 3v or 2v1ing Big Paws and Fuji. I believe Rome went down before his team did. So.
Wow, right there.
Very well played out of Coed's. Barely living through that. And you can see that, that was the Eve right there, doing its work.
Well, both Fuji and Coed's actually already had an Eve. The big difference here,
the
broken myth. So that long drawn out fight, Fuji probably would have been in his best interest to go ahead and just be like, you know what, let's go our separate ways and let's not fight. But Coed's,
yeah, well, the thing was, Coed's was attempting to target. He was alone, and there was still two of them, but he was able to pick up both the kills. So it definitely could have gone either way there. Coed's just managed to kite around, keep going, keep hitting, not decide to back off. Coed's knew no matter what, he was committed to that fight, and Fuji's choice was either back off and he probably could have lived, or stay committed and potentially get the kill, and it was a coin toss. Unfortunately, he lost that one.
Absolutely. Hardek though.
Hardek trying to go in. We see the Vanguard go out to save himself, get out, stop the engage. Big Paw's going in on Hardek. They'll wait for it, coming out, silencing two of Team Nemesis, but they back off, wait the silence out, and now Fuji is on cooldown for his wait for it, but Coed still has his. So I'd expect to see them try to maybe get an engage here in the next few seconds before Fuji can bust out his wait for it, but already that short cooldown of wait for it back up on Fuji's side.
Oh, stunned out of the gauntlet. Rome gets taken down quickly. Fuji and Big Paws are left to try and do what they can with this. Big Paws, though, getting taken down quickly. And now, wow. I was thinking Nemesis were waiting, to be honest, for Blast Tremor from Lost Boy Toph to be up, so then they could use that double silence between the wait for it and the Blast Tremor. But beautiful engage, and they're going to pick up the Kraken with this.
Yep, and if they play this right, they could end the game out right here. And of course, that gold lead we've been talking about all game now increased to 10,000 gold. 12 kills up for Nemesis, and we could see a final push here. What do you think? How far do you think they'll be able to take this push?
It depends on this next team fight. Looks like Gankstars.
And we see infusions up, of course, too. One thing I wanted to mention: double infused on Coed's, and
yes.
Hardek got his crystal infusion ready and his weapon infusion up. So Fuji looking like he's backing to the base. Might want to pick up something. Picks up a crystal infusion in his base. That third turret though going down so quickly. Big Paws caught with the stun and the blast tremor. Getting really low. Might be able to make it back to base.
Fuji already getting taken down.
Fuji and Rome both down. Big Paws stunned before he makes it back to his base, but able to Kaku and escape. And now they're going to focus on the turrets. Coed's still taking damage from the turrets. And we've got the Kraken beating on one, Nemesis beating on the other. Big Paws going in, and there's the ace coming out of Team Nemesis, and that's going to be the game right there. 18 seconds until Fuji and Rome are up, and the vein is shattered.
Wow.
Game 3 goes to Nemesis. Wow. I can't believe that. Going into this, like